We just got to think about the process, our structure, same things we've been doing from the start of playoffs, and it just seems like that's what we've been focused on since the last game finished, and it's not going to change tonight. We know they're going to bring our best game, and we got to be dialed, bring our best tonight, and play the right way.
As far as a team goes, you guys held the Edmonton forwards to only 11 shots last game. I know it takes defending as a full team unit against a team that has that kind of firepower. What did you like the most about the way you guys played? The last one specifically, how you guys defended?
I thought we defended well. We played fast. You don't expect that to happen every night. Just kind of those one-off games. So definitely expect a lot more opportunities tonight. They're just so offensive, so dynamic. But we had a good game. But it's all about making sure we play the right way to give ourselves the best opportunity to play the same way.
Is it a day you have to try and make it feel like any other day, or do you?
It is like any other day. I mean that's our mindset. It's not going to change. The only thing we're focused on is we've got over a few things and things we want to do. That's all we're thinking about.
How much does the experience, you think, for this group last year help, having gone through some of those games where they didn't quite finish it off?
You always draw from your experiences, but new teams, obviously same teams, but different players, different circumstances. The only thing that those past games allow you to do is feel comfortable in situations. But again, I wasn't there, so I can't speak to it. All I know is that the guys are focused on what we have to do.
You came back from a 3-2 deficit back in 2011.
It means nothing, bud. It means nothing. It doesn't matter how any series played out in the past. They are an incredible team. They have a tremendous amount of talent. They're going to play their best. We're going to try to do our best, and the chips are going to fall as they do.
What do you like about what you're seeing and feeling from the group this morning? A pretty well attended skate. What's your sense of the group right now?
Guys are loose. I think that's what I like. It feels like every other day we've come to the rink so far. The way guys are interacting, the games we're playing in the rooms, the way they're preparing, and that's what our focus is. So it feels good here.
Having met the moment the way you have so many times these playoffs, how hungry does that make you to do that again in the next game?
Again, it's every game is different, and the way it's going to play out. What our group does well is we focus in the moment really well, and that allows you to feel comfortable in different situations, and we rely on the entire depth of our group. And everyone has a turn to step up every single night. And, sometimes those things get overshadowed, but, the amount of blocks and good sticks and back checks and guys being in the right position that have killed plays, that's what we care about in here. And guys scoring goals is 0.1 second of a game. It's the other, 59 minutes and 59 seconds that you need to be dialed into your details. And you don't always get recognized for those, but there's a lot of guys that sacrifice a lot throughout these playoffs and had big moments that we all recognize in here.
There's a story on social media that maybe a neighbor closed your garage door, you left open, and you got him tickets to the game. Is that a true story? Is that correct?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I don't. No, I don't know anything about this.
Okay.
We were joking the other day about being the fourth line when you got here.
I wasn't joking, actually.
Did you think you'd make this kind of impact on this game? Did you think when you joined you'd make this kind of impact?
You never know how things are going to play out. I just wanted to come in and buy in and be part of the group and play whatever role I was put in and do it to the best I possibly can. When you walk into this room, you see what guys are putting themselves through every day to prepare and to sacrifice and how dialed in they are. You just kind of follow suit. They've built an incredible culture in this room. It's very easy to follow, and when you do that, you just leave it all on the ice. And we have a good team, so good things happen in here, and we have a lot of fun.
Like this, you've used the term desperation versus desire before. Is that the case again here in Game 6 with these two teams?
Yeah, the closer you get to the end of a series, I think that's one of the two teams is going to be in that situation. So using that energy, but also controlling that energy is the critical part.
Front right.
James.
Coach, the first 10 minutes of the skate today, and most of them in the playoffs, everybody's doing these big laps, and you do these tiny little laps around the center circle staring at guys. And I'm wondering what you're thinking, and if you're thinking anything different on the day when the cup's in the building.
Well, I can't skate on the outside. You get hurt, you get run over. You got to know your lane, man. I'm in the senior citizen lane in the middle of that ice. No, I do a bit of a checklist when I get out there. I kind of look at each guy and figure, do I need to get to him today? And if I do, what would I say? For the most part, it's almost always no. There's 2 or 3 guys, but over the course of the regular season, I got to talk to him. I got to talk to him, and that would be like the extent of my mental process. There's not much else going on. Don't get it. The most difficult thing to do for me on the ice is if I'm not running a drill, figure out where to stand, so you don't get hit with pucks. That's a critical thing I worry about. Other than that, when you know that when you're running the drill, you know where you're not going to get hit.
Front right.
Paul, I'm going to preface this by saying it's probably a dumb question, but hear me out. Usually when a team is at home for 6 and wants to avoid going back on the road for 7, they'll admit later that there's this other layer of pressure here at 6 because you want to take care of business tonight, and of course you want to win. But because you've been so good on the road, I actually wonder if it's a little freeing mentally for you guys knowing that whether it's tonight or the next game that you feel you're up to it regardless.
There's no dread. We don't say, well, we have to win tonight because we can't win the next one. We've played, exceptionally well at times in game 6s, and then at other times, the other teams played exceptionally well. We haven't had too many games this year in the playoffs where I thought, boy, we had a really off night. You can look at the game fairly objectively the next day and say, yeah, you know what, they were really good, and we could be better. So there's a comfort level. It's not about not wanting game 7. It's just you have a chance to win, right? That's all. And that's what you're trying to capitalize on.
Left side, front row.
How important has it been this postseason for your team to have the same general mood, attitude, win, lose, whatever? It like even today, there's maybe a few more smiles, but it seems like you're playing Detroit on a Tuesday.
Really important, born by experience. We've just had some enormous wins here in the last 3 years, and really difficult, heartbreaking losses at the same time, and you figure out a way to round the edges off those that you don't get too excited, and those are all cliche things, but it's a very high pressure environment for every team, and for 2 teams it's a 2-month-long process, and it takes I think some while to learn how to manage that, and I don't think it can be managed particularly well at the start. You got to learn how to do it. You got to suffer that defeat, and you've got to come off that win that is so exciting for you, except there's another game 2 days from now, so there's no point in getting all that excited. Handling that, I think living through it helps.
We'll take 3 more questions, front right.
Paul, Gatrich hasn't been out there the past couple of days. We know he's one of the guys who's always out there. Is he good to go for a night? Or
he's good to go.
Left side, third row.
Paul, what does it feel like waking up in the morning knowing that you could win the Stanley Cup?
I think you asked me that 4 times last year.
Yeah.
It feels just fine, thank you.
Last question, back right.
Hi, Paul. You touched on it a little with George, but about the mindset. A few different players have been saying that they're focused and loose. How do you define this kind of mindset, and who are some of the individuals that help have that mindset every day?
Well, that mindset, I guess there's a tone set by your veteran players, especially for the new players that come in and see it for the first time. But it's collective. If you drive into the rink today and you got a pretty good idea of how you're going to play, what your drivers are, so every player has a different skill set, and they all have a different catalyst to be great. So they can, and would be something that we would talk about over the course of the year, so you're driving to the rink and whatever it is, I got to get on the body in the first 3 minutes. There's some things I got to do to get into the game, but the rest of it, pretty good idea what the guy's going to do with the puck tonight. You have a pretty good idea what's going to happen next, which is really important, so then you can relax about the big picture, or even just relax about the team game and just say, look, this is what makes me good. This is what I got to do.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Okay, guys.
For Benny, obviously depth's been this team's biggest weapon for a couple of years now. So how big is that when you go into a potential clinching game like this, knowing just you have so much trust in all the guys around you in that locker room?
Yeah, for sure. It's huge. I mean, it's a huge advantage to be able to play all four lines and trust every single line in any situation. So our depth has been huge all playoffs, and we're looking for a big depth game tonight again.
Front right.
Seth, I'm going to do the thing where you have to embarrass yourself by talking about the guy next to you. But how cool has it been to watch Sam in this playoffs and all the goals he's scored?
Yeah, I think everyone looks at the goals and rightfully so. But I think it's everything that he does, even away from the puck. His physical presence out there, this 200-foot game, the way he plays away from the puck defensively, how he is on faceoffs. So I think it's the complete package that we're lucky to have, and it's been a big part of our success. I think he puts a lot of teams, a lot of defensemen on their heels out there. You always got to know where he's at because of the physicality, and so that obviously opens up some more space for him. So he's been incredible.
Front right.
Yeah, for Seth, I know you guys are taking it as just another day. Nate was saying another day in paradise for you guys here, but for you, for someone who's in this spot for the first time, one win away from potential news, how are you able to compartmentalize everything that could be going on for you over the next few hours?
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, the position I'm in and, where I came from, I think earlier this year, kind of the 180 it's been. I think being around this group and the experience that's with this group has really kind of calmed my heart rate down, I think, in the situation. I understand how big it is, but these guys have been there, done that, and being around them and how they're handling each day and in the situation. And so that's been a big help for me, just to really calm down and look at it day by day like these guys have.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Left side, third row.
For both of you, how does it feel to wake up on the morning when you know you could win the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it honestly just feels like another day this morning. We haven't treated any days differently, and this morning was the same. We were all pretty loose this morning, joking around, cracking jokes, and staying loose. So you kind of just, what's at stake tonight, but you kind of just push that away and focus on what you can control, and that's just taking your day, going through your routine, doing the same thing you've done, and that's just kind of how we're handling it.
Front right. Oh, excuse me.
No, I completely agree.
Front right.
Question for Sam. I'm wondering how you've been able to park what is a looming big decision for you about your future. Same with Reinhart last year. He parked that all year, had a great playoff, and then he made his call. But how have you been able to just ignore the business side of what's looming here for you?
It's actually been pretty easy. I mean, competing for a Stanley Cup is always been my goal and my passion and what I've wanted to do. So that's just my focus. That's all I want, and it's been quite easy to just not even think about what's to come. I mean, it's really just a singular focus, and that's how I've tried to handle it.
Right side, second row.
For Seth, they obviously have urgency to try to extend the series. Is there an urgency for you guys to finish this off here tonight at home and not have to go back to Edmonton, or is that a factor at all?
Yeah, we're going to have to do a great job of matching their desperation, of course. But at the same time, I think we go into every series planning on playing 7 games. We want to approach each game the same as the one before. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We want to get a good start in front of our fans and just play our style.
There are no more questions. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.